Hey everybody, it's Sight of the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play Kindred Spirits on the Roof post-game. In the last episode, we took care of Naina's events, and with a very sloppy, very rambly, sort of very tired Seti just trying to talk about why he likes Naina after the whole thing was said and done. And yeah, to be honest, I'm recording this literally 2 seconds after that part, so I doubt my commentary is going to be much better when talking about Anno. Because yeah, still kind of tired, but thought, hey, you know what? Fuck it, let's get a second episode done before going to bed. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, pretty much in last episode we covered Naina's Apple events, and in this episode we're going to be taking care of Anno's. Because, you know, again, this is probably the best place to fit it before we get back into the couples. Because I'm pretty sure we're at, like, the halfway point when it comes to covering all the couples, so it works out. Anyway, I think she's... Okay, good. I got it right on the first try. I was a little worried about that, but yeah. Actually, before we dive in, I kind of want to talk about this. How this Umi episode seemed to just randomly pop up out of nowhere, just like, which seemed to be prompted by us completing Naina's, but well, regardless of what caused it to pop up, I still don't know why it did, and I didn't really look up anything about it. I more just looked at the video for reference to see, oh god, did I just miss the event and not notice it? But no, I looked back at the tabs and I saw that the event literally did just show up after covering that Naina event. So yeah, I guess hopefully there are other scenes like that, because I'd be really asked if I just ended up missing that one scene because you have to do them in a certain order to see them, to make it flow in a good way, but whatever. One of the perks / one of the interesting things about blind Let's Plays is you never quite know how to do things, which could lead to very interesting results. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just dive into the event, shall we? So, Supernatural Girl. Oh, right! Okay, so I was low-key in my head being like, what the hell is going on? But then I remember that one event in main story where where Yuna was introducing Anno and Hina to the Kindred Spirits. Anno said she could see them, kind of. This must be what she was referring to back then. She can kind of see spirits in a weird way. Again, the reason for stuff like that is never explained. They for example, they never really explained why Yuna was able to see them. So yeah, but I forgot she said she can kind of see them, so I guess this is what she means. Also, I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark and just guess that that was Megumi, right? Not only it was orange, which kind of matches her color, but I think like it mildly looks like one of her sprites. So like if you were to like it kind of looks like a silhouette of one of her sprites. So yeah, I can imagine that was just Megumi she was talking to. Anyway, so it is kind of interesting seeing how Ano like perceives the kindred spirits, because again she said she can only kind of see them. I think she even said she can't even really hear them, just kind of see them. So yeah, I guess it's interesting to see how she's able to see them, I guess. Oh, so she has dealt with that even prior to seeing the kindred spirits. Well, I guess that explains why she's just taking it in stride, being able to see them now, but alright. Right after wait, something just dawned on me actually. I guess it's something like wavelength. The spirit's strength of the light seems to indicate strength of spirit, and like the fact that it's not a small orb must mean it's pretty powerful. Is this kind of like sort of a Soul Eater reference? But like I know like the little orb thing, that's just what a soul like is depicted as in like general anime stuff. Hell, even this game does it too, where soul's kind of represented by smallish little orbs. Or I guess for the things that were around, that are kind of around Megumi in some of her sprites, is nothing more flames. But I wonder if this is also kind of just a low-key Soul Eater reference. That makes sense for this character, honestly. But yeah, anyway. Am I the light novel protagonist or something? Am I a light novel protagonist or something? Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot about Oddly, no, did completely forget about it. Ano is it's in that one event on. I think Ano talks about it in that one event in main game, like when Yuna's like confiding in her, that she is incredibly freaking shy. And so, lucky that it's like good that the game seems to remind me of this now and not last episode when I needed it. Because for those of you who are curious, last episode I was trying to talk about why a lot of like just about everyone in Nada's little group of friends is socially awkward people or antisocial people, and that would have been good to remember during making that comparison. I forgot what I even said for Ano. I think I just said that. I don't even know if I talked about Ano. Shit. Well, whatever. I don't know. I just called her really quirky, but anyway, let's just dive back into this. Turned into a cheerful, self-proclaimed cute type character. It's a very interesting spirit, to say the least. Not bad, just very interesting. Oh, so even Anna seemed to have a sense of what was going on, so all of her actions were her trying to help too. I forgot if she actually did ever say that in main story, but you know. And where the hell is this next scene? Yeah, this is the problem. this. Okay, questing buddies. All right, so there it is. Honestly, I think that is one of the most like real conversations Ano has ever had. But like, I'm thinking of the progression of Ano as a character, because when you meet her in the beginning of the story, she's just kind of there. She's the friend character. Barely shows up due to the consequence of the type of story she's in, but she's the friend character. And it's interesting to say the least. She's interesting to say the least, and she's also a bit goofy. But when you get more deeper into the game, like the later months of main game, and even now, she just becomes more and more serious. She just becomes like very real in a way, or like a lot more down to earth, I guess. And I'm just making sure I'm not going to miss any Ano events. Oh, I just realized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like we have about 7 events. I'm not counting this one because it's Zoomy and we already covered it. So looks like we may have like 7-ish events or so after this. So I guess that's how many parts we have left for this series. Minus cleanup, we'll see. But yeah, I think Ano's a very interesting character, and I like how they just kind of handled this with her. How it's this idea of how she can see the kindred spirit. She just doesn't she does her power, whatever the hell it is nowhere near as like strong as Yuna's. But it's like she can kind of see the kindred spirits, but they don't. But it's like she still just kind of stays out of it. Like she helps Yuna from time to time, but she mostly just kind of stays out of that business because she really doesn't know what to do about it. So yeah, and the stuff she does in main story, now we realize mostly for the most part intentional, is pretty interesting. So yeah. Anyway, this one. Oh, I forgot she is friends with Kitty. I actually totally forgot about that. Yeah, well, it makes sense because I think I believe it was Operation Sparkling Sunshine 2. By the way, no, I do not have all these events pinned down to memory, just the memorable ones. But it was one of the Operation Sparkling Sunshine events. She's kind of having a somewhat gaming conversation with Kitty then too. You just don't really see her much of that because A, it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, and B, you had Sono's perspective. So yeah, let's see where this goes. I wonder what they're referencing, because surely they're referencing something. And like, I mean something specific. I'm pretty sure they are. Hey, if anyone knows in the comments, feel free to share, but yeah. You demon dancing fool. A hunting game on a portable system. Out there, are they? I'd add, like, are they talking about Monster Hunter maybe? I don't know. I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but I think there was like a few portable ones, so who knows. I also have to think about the age of this game, and I believe this game is actually kind of old. It's like early 2010s, I think. I think it's like 2012. Last I checked, I think it's like 2012. Anyway. Of course, it's prioritized by cuteness. Hey, I've seen dumber shit. It's kind of like how it's like, oh man, it's kind of like some things I do where it's like, hey, this character's kind of garbage, but I feel like giving myself a challenge, so let's use them. And then I properly get my ass kicked and remember why I don't do it in the first place. Still, it's pretty interesting. Or then there's those times where it's like, hey, I like you as a character. You know what? Fuck it, I'll use you. We all have like a character or a style or something like that where it's more like, this is not inherently good on the gameplay side, but heck, we'll do it anyway. You have to be lucky to meet people who have the same hobbies as you. Ain't that the truth sometimes, honestly. Oh god, it's like how I do the visual novels for this channel. It's just like, you have to be really like, if you pick like anime-ish stuff and visual novels as your niche, oh boy, good luck. You gotta hope you can fit into that niche fast. Or that just might be my experience, because like no one I know, like not very few people I know in real life, just like, or like, okay, I'm not gonna say very few people I know in real life don't really like anime, but it's like, geez, like at least for like even high school, even like the high school I went to, anime is just a thing that people love to freaking hate. And then you have this, and then so it's like, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta be lucky to find your niche sometimes, which, you know, I'm glad I found people who like this stuff and actively comment on it. To any of you fans who are probably watching this episode, you're awesome. But anyway. I don't imagine Kitty as a first-person shooter type of person. I guess it kind of works for her. She's kind of like a bit of an analytical math type, if I remember correctly. Again, it's been a while, but like, yeah, she is a math like type of person. So I guess maybe it fits well for her. Wait, Nada games too? Or maybe not like the hardcore sense like Kitty mentions, maybe more on a casual level, but I don't see, Nate, what am I trying to say? I don't know, Nada didn't seem like the gaming type to me, but yeah, definitely seen weirder. I remember when I saw like Kitty and thought, oh my god, she's gonna be this like super serious out of you type character. Nope. Like that noise the second the cherry events came around. With a risky amount of exposure. Oh man, there are some times where you really should not be staring off into space, or else it just looks really awkward. Oh man, it's still going back to just like, yeah, sometimes you doze off into space and it looks awkward. It looks awkward as hell. I know there was this one time where it's just like, it was like a while after me and my ex-girlfriend broke up. So something I just tend to do, like we share some class, we shared some classes together. Kind of awkward because we kind of hated each other for a time, but yeah. And sometimes like I stare off into space, like like I'm finishing my work and I just stare off into space. And the thing is, we kind of sit near each other, or like we sit like a distance to each other, pretty much where my line of sight just meets up with hers. And for a while, she just thought it, and every once in a while, I just doze off into space, thinking about whatever. She just thinks I'm staring at her, and it just gets really awkward. Yeah. Anyway. That was a nice little like conversation though. It's kind of a good and lighthearted one, and then it suddenly became very real for a bit. But like, yeah, that's like a good lighthearted conversation, honestly. Wait, are we done? Or wait, probably this month, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. For a split second, I thought we were done, and it's like, shit. But we're almost at 40. We're almost at 45 minutes anyway. But anyway, guess we're gonna have a bit of a longer part. Anyway, meddling. Yeah, that was a nice event. Pretty on the lighthearted side. So yeah. Anyway, let's just dive into this event. Oh, Comic Cat. I've actually heard of this before. It's like it's a convention. It's a good old classic nerd culture convention. I've heard about it. I've heard about it a few times. So yeah, I think it's essentially our equivalent to Crap. Now that I forgot what convention I was thinking about. I think it's like our Comic-Con equivalent, like the Japanese equivalent to Comic-Con, but that's pretty interesting. So we got a bit of a real life reference in here too. So anyway. Just, I a little bit know that pain too. It's a little close to home where you're just kind of, when you're just using terminology and no one around you gets it. I mean, I'm lucky. I generally tend to use like game terminology that other people can get, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of weird when it just kind of gets a little weird when but it just slips in there. What is it exactly? I guess for me it's less about like, I guess for me it's nothing more writing terminology than game terminology, like story terminology, because obviously if you couldn't tell, I'm a very big fan of story, but yeah, when it's like, I use kind of like writing and story terminology from time to time that no one seems to, like, some people don't seem to get what I'm talking about. Like the word narrative, that sometimes slips into my vocabulary at times. It's just like, I need to sometimes explain that to people. Like, you know, terms like just kind of like stuff like that. Well, it's not like they don't get it, it's just that, like, yeah, I hope what I'm trying to say makes sense, where it's just like, sometimes you just say things and people don't, like, sometimes you just slip in like slip in like terminology from your own little hobbies, and and not everyone gets it. So yeah. I think I outright do use events, like the terminology event at times, so. Wow, it really kind of hits close to home, actually. Oh wait, is Anno's event gonna do that thing again where it just gets like very, where it just gets a lot more down to earth again? I mean, I don't know, like, is down to earth the right term? Like, it just kind of does a bit of a tonal shift, but yeah. Ah, shit, no. No, we're into this arc of the story. No. God damn it. Luckily, it wasn't an arc of Umi and Sauce of the friendship couple of the friendship relationship that lasted too long. But god damn it, it was annoying while it lasted. I think I'm trying to remember. Did that ever happen in the main game that like Yuna was trouble and Nana like approached her or something like that? I know I know that Yuna and Nana talked once. There was that there was a scene in the summer camp where I think Nana was trying to cook and it didn't go well. Well, no, they did have a talk then actually. So if I'm remembering it correctly, I guess it just the threads of plot do kind of I kind of like this little like threading the plot a bit here, so yeah. I think Nana's just trying to say that you guys are close friends. I'm pretty sure that's what birds of a feather means. Like you're just close to somebody. Oh, so it's her birthday. I was like, wait, who's? I was thinking to myself, like, wait, whose birthday is it? It was like, okay. Oh, oddly, no, it makes sense for a second. Like, wait, why is she in a lot of trouble? No, she hates being the center of it. She hates like being the center of attention or something like that. Okay, not center. Like she tries to like do as minimal interactions as possible. Like she doesn't like make being interacted with too much, and I guess the fact that it's her birthday, like people try to give her more attention or something like that. Like even if it's just like I guess like a casual happy birthday or something like that, but I guess it's still enough to bother her. Like I think hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, I guess it makes kind of sense because like she has like a decent like sized friend circle, and like again she says she knows a lot of people, so that's another part to it. So yeah, I guess. I kind of feel bad for Ano a little bit, honestly, because it's like geez, more than because you know you see things like this and how much she really hates being like center of attention, how it embarrasses her so much. It's like she really is just kind of like that. Really is kind of a social tick for her, isn't it? She really just like hates having the attention on her. Kind of reminds me of Kaide from Kiss for the Pedal series, but yeah, it's just like I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize how crippling it was for her. Jeez, like she can interact with like a small group of friends just fine, but like she really just does not like ever being at attention ever. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised she went on stage then for that Confession concert event all the way back when, because like, well, then again, she was embarrassed to do that too. But like, I'm surprised she just didn't die of embarrassment right there. Let's see how many people she's gonna pass by on the way. This is Snake! Okay, I've been missing most of the references up until now, but it's not even like this is Ano or something like that, like a minor rep. No, it's like this is Snake, like full on reference. Okay, so there was Yuna, and now she's run into it's Umi in there. So it's 3 people so far she's run into. But when Nada gives a rare display of athletic ability, it's fearsome. I kind of wonder what that looks like, honestly, but whatever. Cardboard baka. It's not even being subtle anymore. Then again, maybe it was never subtle and I just didn't catch the reference and I just didn't know the references. Too bad Nana's kind of got you figured out, though. I'm just going to assume they found her off screen. Well, I mean, more like they found her in the locker, not that. I guess I'm just going to assume they checked the lockers off screen and found her. Oh, okay, so Yuna knew and she, okay. Because it was like, considering Yuna was asking what she was doing hiding in, considering Yuna's asking Anna what she was doing hiding in there, I thought that they just found, I thought that means like they found her, but no, Yuna, like, but Yuna, like, helped them get away, like Yuna, like, helped Anna get away, essentially. Anyway. Mission failed at the very last second, but hey, it could have been worse. Another freaking scene. Oh, for fuck's sake. Embarrassing friendship. Let's go. Adley, you know, I'm thinking about it. That also very long part. Yeah. Is this going to? Did Ano have a thing for Yuna? I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's not just that event, that last event there, that gave me that impression. I think she said something earlier this episode. I can't quite remember what it is, but it seems to give subtle hints that she at least like there's a bit of an infatuation factor there, I guess. Maybe not full on crush, but something like that. Hell, she even just said like there could have been like that little just exchange she had with Yuna was more embarrassing than a bunch of people going up to her and saying happy birthday to her. Given how shy she is, god damn it, that's bad. Like there's like, how could that be worse in her mind unless there was some sort of feeling there? But whatever. Detective or Shinigami or something. I think Shinigami's a Death Note reference. I've never seen Death Note, but I've heard the term like Shinigami in there, I think. Like, and isn't there literally like a thing called like Ghost Detective or Phantom Detective? So if there is, there's the reference there. Anyway. Oh, okay, so this is about a 2-day this is 2 days after Yuna confided in her, it seems. Wait, what? She's finally in a mutual relationship with Hina-chan. Wait, didn't you say before that you didn't know how it went? I don't know if I'm reading the line wrong or if this is just a little bit of a plot hiccup. I don't know what Panzer Vor means, but I guess it's something like go all in. I kind of was hoping she forgot. She actually forgot something and didn't realize it. But anyway, we're done for now, I guess. So, yeah, honestly, that was a really nice event. Pretty interesting. I feel it's kind of did this weird thing where it was giving Ano her own little art, like. Kind of like she doesn't have any much exposure in the main story except for that scene where she does confide in Yuna. Kind of has that little breakdown. Aside from that, she doesn't really get much development in the story. That's kind of not her role for most of it. She is mostly meant to just be the optimistic, cheery friend, and well, she does her role good there. But it's like kind of to compensate for that, to give her her own like miniature arc in this event. Like, it's not about, oh, what was she doing at this point in the story. It's more like, it kind of like connects to each other more than I feel the others do. So it's a nice touch, and I feel it just adds more to Ano sort of thing. And the whole thing of like, was Ano maybe into Yuna? Like, thinking about it probably after that event too, it's like, probably not. Like, it's probably just like, again, like, they're really, like, they're pretty close friends, and that probably embarrasses her in a way too, because she doesn't really say anything much about having like really close friends, more just small relations, more just little acquaintanceships. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. But regardless, we're done, and that was a good set of events. That being said, what do we have left? We have Aki. We have Aki and Kiri. We'll definitely be doing the Kiri ones more toward the end. Hina, those are also that's gonna be interesting. Megumi, Maki. I don't know. Why did I say Aki? I meant Miki previously. Okay, Sono, we're definitely also doing that one last. And Sachi. I'm kind of partial to doing Maki and Miki next, as the next set, but who knows? I haven't completely chosen yet. After all, I think it's but my plan, like maybe Maki and Miki, then the Maki and Miki, Sono and Kitty, the Kindred Spirits, and then Yuna and Hina, something like that. Maybe a little bit of order change in there, but I feel the Kindred Spirits should probably, Kindred Spirits and Yuna and Hina should be of the last two sets before I have to do any cleanup like with Umi, which hopefully there's more than one event that I'm missing. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll do the Kindred Spirits, maybe I'll do the Kindred Spirits last. That's not set in stone, but I guess it would make sense to do Maki and Miki now. The Maki and Miki like starting next part. So I guess maybe that's what we'll do. Which one first? Who knows? We'll see, I guess. But yeah, whatever. Regardless of what I plan, I'm gonna end things off here. So next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof, we'll keep going on with the post game. See you guys then.